Hey guys, welcome to the Frugal PA. Today I'm going to be making some meatball subs for you guys. So the recipes that I use normally come from allrecipes.com. Today I'm going to be making the meatball nirvana recipe. And here's a list of ingredients. I'm not going to be using all of these. I'll just have to see what I have already in stock here. And here's some directions. So the first step is to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So we're gonna gather whatever ingredients I have here. Okay, so I know I've got some salt. I know I've got an onion, some Italian seasoning, and some oregano. I think I might have Worcestershire sauce, and maybe some breadcrumbs. First step is to cut the onion. I just like to get all of my ingredients ready for me to put together. Next we are going to grate some cheese because the recipe calls for 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan. I'm gonna use this side here. It's a smaller side. Some little strands of cheese. I normally will just use just regular store-bought Parmesan, but happen to have the good stuff today. So here are our onions, and then I'll probably use some of this just to put on my sandwich later. And then here is some grated Parmesan cheese. So, okay, we have the beef, we have the cheese. I don't have any skim milk, but we could probably use regular milk. I do have some Worcestershire sauce and some Italian seasoning. I don't have any dried oregano, but I do have some garlic powder for the garlic salt, and I do have sea salt as well. So the next step is just putting it all together. So try to grab a pretty good sized bowl, medium sized bowl. Okay, we got the meat in there. Next we're adding the salt. So I don't have any garlic salt, but I do have garlic powder, so I'm just gonna use that. Next we're gonna add our onion. I'll just do a little bit at a time until I can tell if it needs more or not. Next we're adding 1½ teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Now we're adding about 3/4 of a teaspoon of dried oregano. Next we're adding about 1½ teaspoons of the Worcestershire sauce. So now the recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup of skim milk, but I'm just gonna use regular milk because I don't have skim milk. So I'm gonna add most of this Parmesan cheese. Oh heck, I'll just use all of it. I can grate more. So the recipe also calls for breadcrumbs, but I don't have any, so I'm not going to use that. So I did not use the red pepper flakes or the hot pepper sauce or the breadcrumbs, but I had everything else. So now I'm just going to mix it. This smells amazing. I'm very excited about this. This is gonna be my lunch tomorrow. And maybe the next day. It looks like plenty of onion also, so They look like pretty big chunks. I think next time I just need to make the chunks a bit smaller, so it's a pretty big chunk there. So they'll still be good. So now we're gonna take our meatballs and make them into, the recipe calls for 1.5-inch meatballs, which are kind of big actually. So I'm probably gonna make them a bit smaller because I like smaller meatballs. This recipe makes a lot, so you can feed maybe a family of 3 or 4 comfortably on it. So here's our meatballs. We still have some more meat, so we're probably just gonna put them in the middle here. Spread them out just a little bit more. I like to try to use one pan for everything, because I don't like to clean. I don't like to do dishes, so I like to use the least amount of dishes as possible. It's gonna be a mini meatball. Just a little bit of meat here. So I'm just gonna spread these out a little bit more. So these meatballs are actually pretty big. They're probably a bit bigger than they need to be, but they're gonna be amazing. So we're just gonna roll with it. I'll take some of the onion out of that one because it was a lot. All right, and so you have it, folks. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 meatballs here. Now they just need to go in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes according to the directions. Okay, so we're gonna put these in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. 25 minutes, 400 degrees. Next, we're gonna heat up our tomato basil garlic sauce for our meatballs. Put it on a medium heat. Meatballs are almost done. I think that's close enough. Ooh, they look amazing. And that's parchment paper helps a lot, I think, to keep the pan at least somewhat clean. Into the sauce. I'm just gonna cut into one so you guys can see it. But looks amazing. Nice and steamy. Just gonna put that in there. I'm gonna try this. So to go on my meatball sandwich, I'm just gonna have some provolone cheese and Walmart fresh baked white rolls here. Usually makes a pretty good sandwich. There we have it. And we are ready for the meatballs. All right, now we're gonna take a couple of these meatballs and put them in here. I think we could probably fit 4 of them. I think 3's okay, actually. No, 3, no 4. Looks amazing. And there we have it, folks, the finished product. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video.